Hello, welcome. Welcome. This is the global community for adults who are healing CPTSD. My name is Athena, and I'll be facilitating our time together tonight. This is a place where we've all been coming together for the past over 10 years now. 10 and a half, I think. Next month it'll be 10 and a half years. And we check in with one another. We share what's been working for us, what hasn't been working for us rather. And most recently, over the last few years, we have been doing nervous system regulation together, co-regulation. So what that looks like is we all show up here together 7 p.m. on Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern on Mondays, and we have a time of breathing together. So we have some slow breath work together. We also have a compassionate healing strategy written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz, and we practice that together. We have a meditation written by Morgan Harper Nichols. Her artwork is what you see up on the screen. And then we also have a Loving the Self affirmation written by Lisa A. Romano. And most recently, over the past several months, I've been bringing a quote from Young Pueblo's most recent book, The Way Forward, which, by the way, he just announced that he released a new book called How to Love Better. So it's not his most recent book anymore. It is his book titled The Way Forward. So it is such a joy to be here with you. I'm going to go ahead and, here we go. There's a link in the chat box. We have two calls a day every day, 365 days a year. This YouTube channel is sponsored by the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research. And just you being here right now, in this moment, and deciding to click on this video helps complex trauma survivors all around the world in over 180 countries. Because as you choose to be here and as you click on a video and any type of comment that you leave in the chat box during our live stream or after the video, that tells YouTube that we are doing a good job and that we are offering content that is helpful and supportive for those who are healing CPTSD. So thank you. Thank you for your presence in our community. Thank you so much for choosing to be here with us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just check in with everyone before we get started. And we have our theme this week. Our theme this week is a place of discovery. And our journal prompt this week is, what does a place of discovery look like for you? What does being in a place of discovery, like self-discovery, what does that look like for you? Just an invitation for you to contemplate. And it's also probably going to run just a little bit long tonight because Morgan Harper Nichols has given us a list of journal prompts tonight. So we're going to sit with each of those, and the invitation for you would be just to contemplate the different questions that Morgan Harper Nichols is asking tonight. And I would love to hear from you. Let me know how this feels for you and what it brings up. And if there is any support that you would like from us, your community, then please let us know in the chat box. As always, this is not a place for crisis support. This is peer support. We are your peers. We are side by side here. We're all healing side by side together. So anything more than providing peer support in a trauma-informed way, it's outside of the scope of what we can do in this container. So we do our absolute best to keep this container, this live stream, this sacred safe space that we get to come to every single week. We do our very best to keep it a sacred safe space for those who would want to heal their CPTSD to come and to check in and share. And the way we do that is with people like John Harvey and Ninja Taco and others that you may see in the chat box from time to time with a little blue wrench next to their name. That's our Blue Wrench crew. They keep our chat box a safe enough place for everyone to come and to be together. So very special thank you to John Harvey and Ninja Taco and to others who you will see on occasion, like Vi and Kira, and yeah, just really, really grateful for this space. So let me just say hello to those who are here. So good to be here with you. Hello to you, Natalia. I'm sending you hugs right back. Hello, Candida. Hello, Free Daniels. Am I meeting you for the very first time? So wonderful to see you here with us. We warmly welcome you. Hello to you, Kitty. Hello, Sharon. I'm sending you smiles right back. Hello, Joe. I'm sending hearts back to you. Hello, John Harvey. Hello. Hello, Jeffrey Sherman. I'm waving back to you with hearts and smiles. Hello to you, Kate. I have my hands shaped in a heart. Thank you so much for being here, family. You all are my family, my friendly family of choice. Thank you, Kate, for reminding me of that. Hello to you, Lisa. Hello, Ninja Taco. Great to see you, Recovery Buddy. I'm smiling back at you. Joe says, it is so great to be here. I'm in the UK, and some weeks I'm not able to stay awake to join live, so this is a treat. It is so late there for you, Joe. I think it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm so grateful you're here. If you get sleepy, it's okay. There'll be a replay. Hello to you, Mandy J and Lil J. I'm sending you hearts right back. Hello to you, Genesis. So good to meet you. Am I meeting you for the first time? I feel like I may have met you before. It may have been like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, but I feel like I may have met you. I'm not sure. So many of you I recognize from several years ago. I know Sharon has been here with me for almost 10 years, and I feel so fortunate and lucky and blessed and just so grateful to have so many long-term, safe enough relationships to connect with. Albeit virtually, it is still important. So great to be here with each of you. Nadine, I'm sending you hearts and hugs right back. Thank you for the love and the warm, safe hugs. Oh, you're so welcome, Lisa. It is nice to meet you, Free Daniels. Genesis, it is the first time. Well, I warmly welcome you. We warmly welcome you to our community, Genesis and Free Daniels. Your first time here. It's so great to have you with us. So again, what tonight is going to look like, we are going to have a time of breath work together. We're going to extend our out breath longer than our in breath. That is one of the most effective ways to regulate our nervous system, by activating our parasympathetic nervous system. When we are in a fight, flight, freeze, or fawn trauma response, particularly as a result of our CPTSD, we are in our sympathetic nervous system. And so sometimes what is most helpful is to activate our parasympathetic, which is also referred to as our rest and digest. And one of the best ways to do that is by extending our exhale longer than our inhale. We're going to slow down our exhale. And the second way that is excellent for regulating our nervous system, particularly if we happen to be in a trigger or in an emotional flashback, is by co-regulating or regulating our nervous system with other mammalian nervous systems. And the way we do that is by being in the same room with other mammalian nervous systems, even if it's a virtual room, just like this. So we're going to do those things tonight, and then I will check in with you, see how you're feeling, and we will go ahead and we'll spend some time with Morgan Harper Nichols, and then we'll do some stretches with Dr. Ariel Schwartz. We have an affirmation with Lisa A. Romano, and we have an encouraging and very empowering quote by Young Pueblo. And I look forward to spending a little bit of time together with you tonight. So thank you once again for your presence and for being here with us. And I want to invite you, before we get started with our breath work, I want to invite you to move into a comfortable space. And you can be either sitting or lying down. And if you happen to be walking, that's okay. Walking meditations are excellent. If you're in a place where you are actually driving or doing some sort of household chores, I just want to remind you to be very, very careful. Just be safe. Sometimes when we do our breath work or not only our breathing, but when we do our meditations and affirmations, sometimes it's easy to be a little bit distracted because we're being invited to be with the breath and to be in the body and to just down regulate a little bit. So if you'd like to be in a seated posture or lying down, my goal that I am going to set for our time together is to be 1% more comfortable than when I arrived. And that's a realistic goal. It's a measurable goal. 1% more comfortable. So I would offer that to you. If you'd like to just get yourself into a very comfortable space, I want to invite you to close down the eyes if that feels safe for you in this moment. If it's not, that's okay. If closing down the eyes is dysregulating for you or it causes you anxiety, then my invitation to you would be to just simply soften your gaze, maybe glance at a spot in your environment where you can just enjoy looking at one spot. Just so you can be still and be present in the moment. And if guided breath work is something that causes you anxiety or panic, my invitation to you would be to just simply be with the breath. Perhaps one hand on your heart space, one hand on your belly. As we take a slow breath in together. And out. Before we do our guided breath work, just want to invite you to just become aware of the forehead, little spot between your eyebrows, and just soften, loosening the jaw, softening the jaw. Allowing your neck to just relax the shoulders, the spot between your shoulder blades. If you get the urge to yawn, it's okay. That's welcome here. It's a good sign. It means you've activated your parasympathetic. And just noticing any tension in the shoulders, the arms, rotating the wrists, wiggling fingers. Maybe just adjusting your lower back, your pelvis and hips. Just relaxing the thighs, knees, calves. Rotating your ankles, wiggling your toes. We're going to do our 4-8 breath today. We'll breathe in together for 4 counts, and then we'll breathe out together for 8 counts. I'll count us in on our first breath together and on our 4th breath together. And on the 2nd and 3rd, we'll be on our own. And if you're ready, let us begin in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1, and out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own now. Again. Last time together now. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1, and out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Excellent breath work. Well done. Just checking in. I want to invite you to just orient yourself with the room or the environment around you. And got a couple of nice big yawns. It's a good sign when we're doing breath work. How did that feel for you? I just want to check in with you. Yeah, lots of warm welcomes to you, Free and Genesis. We're so glad to meet you and to have you here with us. Thank you, John Harvey. I hope you are doing well tonight also. Mandy J and Lil J say, I clench my jaw so much. I wish I didn't. Yeah, that is so common. I don't even realize I'm doing it sometimes. Hello, MGTV. I think I'm meeting you for the very first time. We warmly welcome you to our community. Yes, Mandy J and Lil J. I needed the reminder to relax my jaw too. Skylight at Dusk. Hello, it's been a minute. It's so good to have you. Skylight at Dusk says it's been a very, very long time. Hello, all. Well, hello. I am so grateful that you've chosen to join us. Welcome back. We are here with you. Free Daniel says that was so relaxing. I'm so glad. Yeah. Candida says that was really relaxing. I even got a yawn. I'm so glad. Any more yawns? Candida and Free got yawns. Yes, Kate says beautiful feeling from breathwork tonight. You're welcome, Skylight. You're welcome. MGTV, is this your first time joining us? I think I am meeting you for the first time. Yes, Kitty got some yawns too. Great breath work, everyone. So, as I mentioned earlier, our theme this week is all about being in a place of discovery, and you, on your own unique healing journey, are deciding what a place of discovery looks like for you. What does it feel like? What does it look like for you if you were to imagine what the landscape of a place of discovery would look like? Or what does the vibe of a place of discovery feel like? What does it mean for you to be in a place of discovery? Perhaps it's self-discovery. Perhaps it's discovering something you've never discovered before. We're all talking about a place of discovery tonight. And since there are 8 billion people on the planet, well, there are 8 billion different possibilities of what it means to be in a place of discovery. Oh, thank you for the likes and thank you for the reminder. You all are so kind and warm. Yeah, anytime someone likes or shares or comments or participates in the chat, it helps our YouTube channel reach more people who are living with CPTSD and healing CPTSD. So thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So for me, being in a place of discovery means being open and willing to contemplate whatever comes my way. Being open and willing to consider anything that comes my way. What about you? I'm going to go ahead and read to you what Morgan Harper Nichols is inviting us to consider about being in a place of discovery. Kitty says, I'm not too sure about my place of discovery. That's okay. Let's spend some time with Morgan and see whatever comes up for each of you. Feel free to share in the chat if it feels safe for you. Skylight says, learning new dimensions of myself when I learn how to handle my CPTSD. Yes. Yes, that's definitely a place of discovery. Yeah, for me, being open, like, for instance, I was talking with a friend last week I think it was last Friday. I can't remember what day it was. Maybe it was Thursday, but she was sharing with me about a friend of hers who has a friend who has been divorced for over 5 years. And apparently he's very, very nice. And she was asking if I would be open to going to coffee. And I was initially like, whoa, not really sure. Like, this is not a person that I know. But after talking about it for far too long, we talked about it for a couple hours, it ended with me saying, yes, I would be willing to possibly have coffee with this person. So just being in a place of being open, because, like there are risks out there in the world, and I want to learn as much as I possibly can. I want to be open to new connections and, open to discovering all there is to know about myself, right? Yeah, Skylight says, but still learning, not entirely at the destination, but just happy to see my progress to the promised land. Yeah, I think all of us are on a journey, right? So Morgan's invitation to us tonight, her artwork is what you see up on the screen. She says, do not think less of yourself if you cannot be fearless. Doing it afraid is just as brave. And she says, when it comes to the messages and ideas you have encountered about where you should be in life, may you know that it is not too late to explore what it means to move beyond those ideas and to recognize that this process is a journey. In other words, you might have heard ideas about where you are supposed to be in life by now. However, it's never too late to think about where you are and where you could be in new ways. And there's no time limit on this journey of discovery. The significance of taking time to go on a journey is that it gives you space to process your thoughts while still carrying onward. A journey is something that takes time, but it doesn't mean that you're in a stagnant place. Even the idea of journeying into a new year or new season can be understood as a continual process of discovery and renewal. However, at times, this idea can be hard to grasp. So let's talk about some phrases that may help show us how we have been making progress on this journey, taking leaps and making small moments as we go. If you resonate with any of them, consider that as a part of your growth and discovery. And even if you don't feel like you're already there yet, consider these as starting points of something more, slowly being ignited. Here we go. First, I am no longer focused on where I should be. Instead, I am focused on where I can go from here. Next, I am letting go of the shoulds to embrace the possibilities of what could be. Next, even though I don't know how it all comes together yet, I know it's not too late to write a new chapter. Next, it's okay to outgrow what I once thought I wanted and pursue something different now. Next, I am not bound by what was. I am allowed to change. Next, there is no expiration date on learning or starting anew. Next, I'm discovering the courage to redefine success on my own terms. Next, even as the calendar changes, my worth is not confined by timelines. Even here, I am becoming. Next, I'm open to the unexpected joys and opportunities that come with charting this new course. Next, I'm open to the possibility that great adventures are still ahead of me. Next, I'm not bound by the expectations of my younger self. I'm constantly outgrowing and rebuilding. Ooh, I love that one. And last, those narratives of too late or too early do not define me. Morgan says, how did it feel to listen to these phrases? Even if one of them was something that you are hoping for that you do not feel like has come to life yet, may you let it be a reminder that the spark of hope is there. The fire has been ignited, and you can continue to come back to this idea again and again, and only continue to keep shining brighter with time. If you find yourself wanting to say something else, wanting to expand and add words or change something, may you consider that to also be a sign of growing, as if you were on a journey. And in the same way a path can stretch out before you, you are learning how to extend beyond what you thought was possible, even when it comes to just taking a phrase at face value. You are allowing yourself to approach an idea like a sculptor and make something beautiful and lasting. So wherever you are right now on the journey, may you know that you are free to continue looking for reminders of the growth that has been happening here that you can continue to build upon. And wherever you are, may it be a place of discovery, a place of continuing to realize what is possible right here and what might be possible as you carry on to the days ahead. Slow breath in. And out. Hello, warrior for him. It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. So good to see you. Warrior says, hello. That's encouraging to write a new chapter. I live by that. Starting something new at any time. Yes. It's very encouraging, right? Free Daniel says, these are all really hitting home for me. I'm so glad. Kitty says, those were interesting. I'm glad, Kitty. And if none of them landed, that's okay too. I just want you all to know that we get to discover. We get to discover what works for us. We get to discover what we like, where we want to go, what we want to do, and what we dislike or what we're not even sure about. The whole point is that we are empowered. We are sovereign beings. We have a sense of agency. We have choices. We get to choose what it looks like to be in a place of discovery, right? I feel like that is so empowering, and it gives me a sense of freedom. And that is the opposite of where I came from, in an environment of control and oppression and disempowerment. So these phrases give me a lot of hope, especially since I lived for decades in a place of hopelessness. So I don't know about you, but I did, like Kitty said, I found those very interesting, right? Candida says, these phrases felt good, especially looking at the coulds instead of the shoulds. Yeah, I like that. Sharon says, those are great prompts. I feel like midlife for me is a natural space for rediscovery and contemplation. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful, Sharon. Yes, I am in my own midlife, right? I'm 51 years old, and I am, exactly like Sharon said, I am in a natural space of rediscovery and contemplation. I get to choose. There's whatever that one was, like right in the middle, I'm allowed to outgrow younger versions of me. I'm not bound to what a younger version of me had as the end all be all of what it means to live a fulfilling life. I'm a different person now than I was when I was younger, right? Oh, Warrior says, it's great to hear you all. It's great to have you here with us, Warrior. Yeah, John Harvey says, a place of discovery looks like, for me, is finding a place of peace and allowing myself to explore it. Wow, that is powerful. Yes, I love that. Finding a place of peace and allowing ourselves to explore it. That is so empowering. Lisa says, I'll have to go back and write these down. I enjoy journaling. I'm so glad, Lisa. I guess they were more like affirmations than journal prompts, but I think I'm at a season of my life where everything looks like a journal prompt because it's like an invitation for me to glance at what could possibly be, and is that a direction I want to go in? And I wonder what that's about. And it's kind of twisty-turny, right? Skylight says, they reminded me to be patient and kind to myself, even though others are not. Yes, absolutely. For those who have been here for several years or were here for a long time, like Sharon and Skylight and Jeffrey Sherman and John Harvey and just all of us who have been here for several years, I don't know when it started, but the last thing I wanted to say to each and every one of you, each time I was here with you every single week, is to remind you and myself, please be extra kind and patient and gentle with yourselves because you're worth it, right? That's exactly the sentiment, like what Skylight said, being patient and kind to ourselves, even though others may not be. Yes, Nadine. Nadine says learning and unlearning. Absolutely, yes. That's so powerful. I think a lot of this healing journey has been unlearning for me. Jeffrey Sherman says, I'd like to think I started that. Maybe you did, Jeffrey Sherman. I'm not even sure when I started saying it, but it might have been you. I kind of can't remember. I just knew that I wanted each of you to be extra kind and patient and gentle with yourselves because you're worth it. Maybe you did start that, Jeffrey Sherman. Yes. Well, there you go. I love it. Yes, Jeffrey Sherman says, I wanted a positive message to sign off each week with. Yes. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And it's true. And it's a great reminder. And I find myself reminding myself of that often. If I were being kind and patient and gentle with myself, what would that look like? Right? Kitty says, I always have to remind myself to be gentle with myself. Yes, absolutely. You're so welcome, Warrior. Warrior says, thank you for your patience with us, Athena, and never giving up on us. Never, never, never. We can't ever give up on ourselves, right? Who is the one person in this world that knows exactly what it's like to be you, exactly the challenges that you have faced? It's you. You are the one person that deserves your patience, your kindness, your gentleness, your affirmation, your warmth, your compassion, your love, your consistency, your acknowledgement, your validation. You are the one. I want to share with you a teacher. This just came to me right now in this moment. She's one of my favorite teachers on Insight Timer. Her name is Femke. And she is what is called a self-gentleness teacher. And there is a meditation that I want to invite you to listen to right now. This is very impromptu, but we're going to do it together. She has a TED Talk. If you Google TED Talk self-gentleness, you will find her and you will see what she looks like. She is a professor and a self-gentleness teacher. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she's a doctor. Dr. Femke Baker. So I am going to share with you her meditation It's a free course on Insight Timer titled Start Being Self-Gentle Today. And let me see if it'll allow me to share this with you. Let's see if it'll let me. There you go. There's a link in the chat box to this course, and I am going to allow you to listen to day one, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I listen to it quite often. It's probably I've gone through the whole course about 6 times because I need to learn things by repetition and consistency, and it's helping me to unlearn not being gentle to myself. So here we go. This is Dr. Femke Baker, and I hope you love her as much as I do.
Welcome, dear friends. My name is Femke, and welcome in this Insight Timer mini course about self-gentleness. As a meditation teacher and a self-gentleness teacher, I find it really important to let people know what it means to be self-gentle and why we would be self-gentle. Let me start with my definition of self-gentleness, and that is radically accepting yourself as the most important person to consistently deserve your own gentleness. What do I mean with that? Well, just the idea to be gentle with yourself sounds feasible. It is easy to be gentle with yourself from time to time. It sounds for sure easier than to love yourself or to be compassionate about yourself. But then again, listen to my definition. Radically accepting yourself as the most important person to consistently deserve your own gentleness. So what do I mean with consistently? With consistently, I mean that you are gentle with yourself even when the going gets tough. Even when you are making mistakes, even when you're doing things you're not so proud of. Can you also be gentle to yourself in those moments, the moments that you feel that you fail, that you make mistakes, those moments where you would normally become pretty critical about yourself? Let me ask you a question. When you do something wrong, do you benefit from criticizing yourself? Or is it an illusion to think that by criticizing yourself, you will do better next time? When you think of a child that learns to walk and it falls because they don't know how to walk yet, how would you expect their parents to treat the kids? Shouting at them, "Hey, come on, you can walk, come on, you have to try again, are you stupid? Everyone can walk." Or would you expect the parents to say, "Oh, honey, that's normal. It's normal to drop and fall. You will get there. Eventually, you will get there. We know it. We went through the same. We all fell and we all learned to walk." So, that parental approach of how you would treat a small kid that learns to walk and, of course, makes mistakes because they are not trained to do it yet. That approach is something that I would like you to do to yourself. Whenever you make a mistake, whenever you do something stupid or something that you find stupid, whenever things are going wrong, that you can cheer yourself on, comfort and soothe yourself if necessary, and to be kind and gentle to yourself. Then we get to the radically accepting yourself as the most important person to consistently deserve your own gentleness. With radically, I mean that also when you're facing others who have expectations of you that you feel you cannot live up to, or maybe because you have expectations that you feel you have to live up to, that also in the face of those situations, you will be gentle with yourself, which means that whenever someone is expecting something of you, that you feel the ability to stay with yourself and to actually communicate what it is that you need, rather than adapting yourself towards those that are asking things of you. And I know that might sound really selfish, but my dear friend, It is never selfish to take care of yourself first. It's never selfish to acknowledge what it is that you need before you can tend to the needs of others. I want to say even more that whenever someone is telling you that you are selfish because you think about yourself before you think of them, it would just mean that they are selfish because they are asking you to think of them before you think of yourself. I mean, who is selfish there? We are all connected in this world and we all love to be there for others. And there's nothing wrong with that. It can give us a it can give us a beautiful sense of fulfillment, a beautiful sense of connection, of purpose even. But when you are there for others and you are depleting yourself, you're stepping over your own boundaries to be there for others, then at a certain moment you don't have the power or the energy anymore to take care of yourself. And when you are at that point, you have no value to add to anyone else anymore before you have taken care of yourself first. And therefore is self-gentleness. Starting to be gentle with yourself is the core of the interactions with yourself, is the core of self-love, is the core of interactions with others. In this mini course, we will just start with being self-gentle. And what I would like to do today, in day one, is for you to set an intention. The intention that from now on, you will aim for more self-gentleness. I don't expect you to be able to be radical and consistent about it for 24/7, but I do expect that with setting this intention, you will start to listen to what you need, where you are, what you are feeling more and more, and that you start to honor that. And with that intention and that first step, you are at the brink of a massive shift. A shift in your perspective, a shift in the way you will deal with yourself, and especially a shift in the way you will deal with others. So let's start and set this intention together. Let's first calm our body and mind a little bit, so just make sure that you're sitting comfortable. You can gently close your eyes and feel for a moment how you're sitting, feeling your bum on the chair, feet on the ground. Is there any tension in your shoulders? If yes, then just pull them up and drop them. Any tension in your face, your jaws, your forehead? If you like, you can make a lemon face and then relax that. Now, just for a moment, focus on whatever you are hearing in your environment. You hear my voice, but can you hear also further away, outside your building? Can you listen to the subtle sounds in your environment? The way your clothes shift over your body? Can you hear your own breath? Your heartbeat? Now bring your attention to whatever you are seeing with your eyes closed. There's always something to see, even when it's just pitch black, or some light shining through your eyelids. Some people see colored dots or swirling colors. You don't have to change anything, just let it be. Now bring your attention to your sense of touch. Can you feel the way your sweater is resting on your skin? Your socks on your ankles? And more subtle, can you feel the air in your cheeks? And you might notice now a sense of relaxation, a sense of calmness relative to how you started. I think this is a beautiful moment to set this intention together. From now on, I will be more gentle with myself. I will regularly tune in into my body, into my emotions, into my needs. And I promise myself that I will acknowledge what is going on there. And I promise myself that I will honor those needs whenever I can. From now on, I set the intention to be more gentle with myself. And I would like you to sit for a moment with this intention and feel the multitude of this promise to yourself. By setting this intention, you shifted things significantly. Well done. You can relax your attention and then take a few moments or maybe even minutes to gently open your eyes and to continue your day. If you have any questions or you want to share something with me and the other participants, feel free to reach out to me in the classroom here on Insight Timer. And then tomorrow we will speak about the power of tuning in and how this can help you to become more self-gentle. Have a lovely day. Sending you so much love. Until tomorrow.
Yes. So I would love to know your thoughts about Dr. Femke. I absolutely love her. She's one of my favorites. In fact, there is, at the end of that course, there is a 2-minute audio that you can play for yourself when you wake up in the morning. It's just a way to start your day in a self-gentle way. As part of that course, there's another 2-minute audio on what she calls tuning in, which is what she mentioned at the end of day 1. It's only 2 minutes and it just helps you to tune in and check in with yourself. There's also a 2-minute audio to play for yourself right before you go to sleep at night. And I'm telling you, I listen to this woman every single day for 2 minutes a day, every day in the morning, and 2 minutes a day every evening. And then sometimes I'll just start the course over and re-listen to it again because I'm forgetting to be gentle with myself. So Insight Timer has been a game changer for me. I just hit my milestone of 600 days of meditation. And I'm an entirely different person now than I was 600 days ago. And I think it has to do with just having like these tools, access to these free tools to learn how to be more present. So anyway, the app isn't only her. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of teachers. So I just yeah, I hope you love it as much as I do. The music that I used to play in the background here on Monday nights, that is from Insight Timer also. And there are tons of different free resources. And yeah, yes. Kitty says, I don't have Insight Timer Plus, so I don't have access to courses. Oh, no. I didn't know I had a plus version. Maybe I do. Maybe I signed up for it and it, like, you know how it auto renews? Oh, well, there's a lot of free, there are a lot of free teachers on there, and not all of them do courses. A lot of their work is just complimentary. Jeffrey Sherman says, that was beautiful. Her demeanor was calming, and the information is priceless. Also, an accent helps my ADHD brain listen with less effort. I love her accent. Thank you for mentioning that, Jeffrey Sherman. It really does help my brain. Genesis says, I am my own worst critic, so this is really helpful. I'm so grateful that you find it helpful, Genesis. And I too am quite critical of myself. I hope it's helpful for you. I hope you like it. Or at least find it interesting. Lisa says, it's changed my life too. I've listened to a few courses and I use the music daily. Yes, I love the music, and I love that I feel like my nervous system calms down and I'm not on guard because I know I'm not going to get accosted and bombarded by commercials. Like, there are no mainstream media commercials that are coming at you. You can just let your guard down and be vulnerable and receive the beautiful music or the beautiful messages. So, yeah, I really hope that it's supportive or helpful for each of you. Sharon says, being in community and consistently practicing being gentle and compassionate to others helped me become comfortable turning this practice inwards. These live streams were a big part of that. Wow, Sharon. Wow. That is so huge. I wish you would fill out a testimonial at the foundation. There's like a form or something. I think Matt has a form. We have a form for anyone who wants to share a testimonial that shares that the live streams have been helpful for you. And we're really doing our best to do a lot of outreach. All of 2025 is going to be outreach, just trying to reach more people. I mean, we're already reaching people in 186 countries, I think, but we really just want to reach more people meaningfully and invite them to be in community with us consistently. And like Sharon is saying, just practice being gentle and compassionate to one another, and then that helps us to be compassionate and gentle with ourselves, right? But we find it hard to do it for ourselves until we're able to experience what it feels like to make a difference in the life of other people. And that's just part of our trauma. So I'm so grateful to know that the live streams here and just being a part of our community, Sharon, has been helpful and supportive for you. I'm so grateful. Kitty says, I do use free ones sometimes. I'm so glad, Kitty. Candida says, I love how relaxed it makes me feel. Yes. Skylight says, I love the analogy of how a loving parent would respond to a child faltering while learning to walk. Yes. It's a great analogy. Yeah. Me too, Lisa. I always have something going on. Like, it's a helpful place for me to reside. Mandy J and Lil J say, I love the music you used to play. Could we hear that again? Were those songs the one from different frequencies? Yes. Yes. In fact, I have it right here. I just listened to it last night. After I listened to Femke, I turned on that song and I thought of you all. So I'll play that again today after we do our compassionate healing strategy with Dr. Ariel and our affirmation. I will go. In fact, I could even play it while I read to you. That's a great idea. Thank you for requesting that, Mandy J and Lil J. Jeffrey Sherman says, you've successfully given yourself permission to treat yourself kindly. It's a shame we need permission, but so incredible that you've overcome that need. I am proud of you. Thank you. Sharon says thank you, and I say thank you with my hand on my heart. Let me get the music. I have it right here. It's in my recents. Here we go. How's the volume? Wonderful. So let's go ahead and let's listen to what Dr. Ariel has to say. Oh, I'm sending you so much love, Ninja Taco. So good to see you always, Recovery Buddy. I'm sending you hearts and hugs, safe hugs. Dr. Ariel says, this compassionate healing strategy is a practice which invites us to explore the movement of our body with gentle stretches and motions to release the physical heaviness and tension that often accompany depressive symptoms of CPTSD. If you've been inactive for quite a while, you might begin with some gentle stretches. You might put on a favorite piece of music and consider stretching in your living room, or you might choose to go for a gentle walk outside, or perhaps attend a yoga or Tai Chi class in your community. And this will help guide you through slow, mindful movement. And if you would like, you could also explore some more vigorous movements. For example, you might walk at a faster pace, or go for a run, or ride a bike. You might even choose to attend a fitness class, or go to the gym, lift some weights. Whatever it is you decide to do, let us notice how we feel when we increase our heart rate. Exercise provides us with a natural boost by increasing endorphins, our natural feel-good chemicals. And remember, it's important for us to move at a pace that is right for us and explore moving our bodies in ways that bring us joy. At the end of any movement practice, let's pause and take a moment to appreciate ourselves for enhancing our physical resilience. And as with all of the healing strategies that we discuss every single Monday here, Dr. Ariel says, I encourage you to return to this practice as part of your ongoing self-care routine. You know what I think I might do? I might go for a walk after our time together tonight. So let's see what Lisa has to say for our Loving the Self affirmation, and then we will end our time with an empowering quote from Young Pueblo. Lisa says, and this is on page 29 for any of us who have the free download of her book. And if you need the link, let me know and I'll get you the link. It's a free download of a book by Lisa A. Romano called Loving the Self Affirmations. And Lisa says on page 29, I know that part of my healing involves my unconscious need to fix people. And because of this, I usually attract broken and dysfunctional people who have no intention of ever getting better. For today, I will remember that I no longer have to settle for relationships that involve irresponsible people. I deserve healthy, well-adjusted, responsible partners and friends. Slow breath in, reaching up towards the sky, stretching. I claim that. Great stretch. I claim that for each of us. We deserve healthy, well-adjusted, responsible partners and friends. We no longer need to settle for relationships that involve irresponsible people. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Lisa. And lastly, but surely and certainly not least, we have our quote, our very empowering quote by Young Pueblo. And he says on page 217, no more lowering basic standards and no tolerating mistreatment. Give your time to people who are revitalizing and emotionally prepared for deep connection. Yes, Jeffrey Sherman. Once again, for the people in the back, hello to all of you up there in the cheap seats. Page 217. Young Pueblo says, no more lowering basic standards and no tolerating mistreatment. Give your time to people who are revitalizing and emotionally prepared for deep connection. Yes, I claim that. I claim that for all of us here. No more. Yes, Nadine, no more settling. Yes. So as we wind down our time together, thank you with my hands on my heart. Right now, my hands are on my heart. I'm glancing at each of you. I'm so very grateful for our time together. I warmly, warmly witness each of you, wherever you are right now, fully acknowledging that your lived experience is uniquely yours. It's real, it's valid, and legitimate. You are real, valid, and legitimate. Any feelings that you have that came up tonight, those are also valid. So please be extra gentle, extra patient, and extra kind with yourself because you're worth it. And I look forward to seeing you over in our community, or I'll be right back here next Monday and every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all for your presence tonight. I wish you peace and ease, and thank you so much. Good night, everybody.